95%, is really made up of beliefs and emotions and memories, and some of them, we call them also programs. Those programs, it's literally, they have been learned, if you want, in the first 7 years of life, and they run you on autopilot until you interrupt them. And that's why we are here for. So those programs are core beliefs about who you think you are, and especially your identities. Let me give you a few examples. As I said, those core subconscious beliefs, programs, they create a foundation for your life. And after that, you build your life on that foundation. And the foundation can be supportive to your success, strong and powerful. You feel good. I am worthy. I am good enough. I'm strong. I'm lovable. You see, that's a solid foundation. And then you could also have, like I personally had, a shaky, sabotaging foundation. And it was made up of, I'm not good enough, I can't do that, I'm not strong enough, and especially, I am not worthy. And that's where I lost my fortune on that one, because I didn't feel worthy of it, so it got gone. So you have that. So we have the conscious, we have the subconscious with those programs. And what if there was something even deeper, something even actually more powerful, more energized than the subconscious mind? And there is, and that's why we are here together today, because there is a part of us that in quantum physics, we call it the field. The infinite field of possibilities, or the unified field of consciousness. It's a field of consciousness that records and knows and remembers everything in that field. And it knows everything about you. And that part of you, we can call it different names. You can call it this, I'm going to say it last. So you can call it your higher self, your higher mind. And in MAP, we call it the superconscious. Carl Jung was talking about it, Yogananda was talking about it too before that, and many others. So there is the superconscious mind, that is the part of you that is connected to infinite intelligence and wisdom, and knows and remembers all types of memories, all types of even the subconscious, deepest memories in all levels of your body, your mind, your energy system, and even the story of your soul. All of that is accessible by the superconscious mind. So what if we could engage the superconscious that has access to all information to scan the consciousness of your consciousness, let's say, and find the beliefs, emotions, memories that do not serve you, and neutralize them on command. And within minutes, you would be able to measure the progress. So let's say, and very important, everyone has to think about it today. So listen. Let's say you take a memory. So you are going to all need one stressful memory for the end of this program. So begin to think about it. So let's say you take a memory like a car accident, okay? And it could be anything. It could be a phobia, a fight with someone. I mean, as long as you remember it and you're still feeling some emotions about it, great, you can take that. It's a single moment in time that you can remember, and that's a memory. Perfect. So let's say you take a car accident. So what if we could just simply bring up the car accident in your mind, gently, especially if it's a big number of stress, so you can bring it up. And all you would have to do, while I am communicating with your superconscious, and the superconscious is finding and neutralizing the memory, all you have to do is bring up the memory and notice what is different. You are the judge, you are the observer, you are the curious observer, noticing without judgment what is happening. And you are measuring the progress. So perhaps you were a 10 out of 10. And then a few minutes later, it's down to 8 or a 6, and then a 3, and then a 2. You're measuring. That's all you are doing. And the superconscious is doing the work. So wouldn't that be pretty amazing? I mean, to know that your mind can actually heal itself on command. And that was pretty new 10 years ago, actually 11 years ago now, when I began MAP. And I, of course, we know the body can heal itself, but the mind healing itself, that was new so many years ago. Yes, exactly. You're right. So I hope you're excited about it because we're going to experience it today on one specific event. Okay, begin to think about it. Get ready. It's for the end. But I do want to be you to be a little patient because we're not going to deep dive immediately. We're going to have two parts of this workshop. The first part will be all about what is MAP, how it was developed, what are the 3 steps of the MAP method, what can we do with MAP, what are some case studies, all of that good stuff. And then there will be the part 2. So part 2 is the end of this workshop. We'll finish up with the session, with that one memory that you will be ready to go with. And then after the session, we'll finish at the top of the 2 hours. And then after that, we'll have time to share. That's why I want to finish with the session, because then you have time to process and then to share. If people want to share, it's beautiful. You learn from each other. And then there will be also the Q&A. I will answer your questions, but that's going to be beyond the 2 hours. Now, between the first part and the second part, there will be a small break, about 12 minutes or so. And during the break, that's when I'm going to, you're going to have complete freedom to do what you prefer. You can go for a walk, have fun, drink water, and come back. Or you can stick around if you're curious. So if you're here for personal growth and you told me I'm here for personal growth, and if it's your reason to be here and you're curious how you could do more MAP after this workshop, now you could keep going and do more work on yourself with me and my team, then stick around during the break, because that's when I'm going to explain to you how you can do that. Now, if you don't have the question, listen, if you really don't want to work with me and my team, it's absolutely perfect. Simply go for a walk, have fun. Do not get bored listening to me, okay? Dance for us and come back. All right, having fun here. So, are we good? Do we have a good plan? Part 1, part 2, a little break in the middle, do what you want. Do I get a yes in the chat? Tell me if you're okay, if you heard me. Are you with me here? All right, good, very good. Sounds good. All right, very good. So for those of you who just arrived, I'm Colette Stryker, and I can say today that I have achieved my wildest dreams in life. I was born in a small village in France with 2 parents with PTSD due to the wars. They were veterans. And life was not very smooth, as you can imagine. But then years later, I'm here in America. I'm a licensed psychotherapist. I have many other trainings behind me. I am the international best-selling author of the book Abundance on Demand, the story of MAP. And I'm, of course, let me write that down, Abundance on Demand. Of course, I'm the founder of MAP, Make Anything Possible. You will see why I call it this way today. I am known as a big performance coach, but it's more like fly into your dreams coach. It's not about, you're feeling okay, now let's stop. No, you're feeling okay, now let's go. That's exactly my philosophy. And then I'm also the CEO and the founder of a thriving international company. However, you can guess, with the rocky beginnings I had, life was not as smooth like I told you. So what did I do? 12 years old, I read Freud, I do my own psychoanalysis, and I end up creating a technique to raise my self-esteem, which worked at the time. Then in my 20s, I'm sick a lot. So I began immediately jumping into yoga and then Japanese medicine, shiatsu, Reiki, massage, body mind work, nutrition, then Chinese medicine, then you name it. For 10 years, I'm all about the body and the energy. And then eventually I am healthy. So good. Now I'm beginning my 30s and I'm becoming a new mom. Do we have any moms here? Yes, yes. Okay, I see you, Dr. Tanya. Anyone else? I don't see so many in top of my screen. Margot. Well, I hope for you it was smooth. But for me, I end up in therapy. And the traditional one, talk, 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 cry, cry, cry. Years later, feel better. But better is better, but it's not great. And I want it great. And not just for me, I was already thinking about helping someone else. How can I help in the future people feeling great? And so I always wondered since I was 12, reading the subconscious and then the power of the mind. And I went into, along the years, exploring consciousness, ancient wisdom. And at the university, I studied even quantum physics because I love the idea of how do we create reality. And eventually, about 30 years in the process, I narrowed it down to one central idea, central knowledge. And it is that in order to be, that affects your happiness in life, that is at the core of your happiness in life and your ability to master your life. So the statement is, the summary is, that the world is a reflection of you. You see, it's a mirror of you. And in quantum physics, they talk about the holographic universe. What does it mean? Well, I mean, you change a piece of it and the whole thing change. And what is it that you have to change? Well, these are the core beliefs I was telling you about that you acquire in the first 7 years of life. At the beginning, those subconscious programs, you change those core beliefs about who you think you are, and the world reflects that. So if you felt like I'm not good enough and now you feel good enough, the world will change. And it's not an illusion. It is actually an incredible, it's magic, but it is actually really grounded. And it's, for me, it has been fundamental in my life because I say, wow, if I want to master my life, I need to master my mind and emotions. And then I could, create the happiness I want to create in my life. And so I studied a lot, but eventually I was, okay, let's become a psychotherapist. That was my shortcut. So I go from, in 1995, I moved from Paris to Chicago, to America, to become the best psychotherapist I could be. But of course, I was not here for the long and painful therapies. I was here for the cutting edge. But, I had to go through the curriculum. So I went to the university, eventually got a master's specializing in family therapy. And it was great. But I didn't lose a minute. In parallel, at the same time, I was studying what was alternative, and I found the world of energy psychology. So who has heard about energy psychology? It's a world of many other methods, and I ended up plunging in it and studying all of that while I was going to the university. So one of them is EFT, tapping. Do we have any tappers here? Tap, tap, tap. On acupuncture points? Yes, yes, Carla. Okay, you got it. So I began with Gary Craig in 95. Imagine that. Kinesiology, yes. So I began with Gary Craig with EFT and then many other methods, and then expanded even more into NLP, MDR, hypnosis, resonance repatterning, body talk, matrix energetics, CMOG matrix, quantum techniques. I mean, you name it. I studied for about 15 years, many, many other methods. And I did that because I was on a quest and I had 4 questions inside of me. Each time I met a method, unconsciously first, but then I realized that's what I was doing. I was asking those 4 questions. So listen, I'm going to ask you again. So the first question I was asking is like, Could we go faster than that? I was completely impatient. The second question I had was, could it be gentler? We don't have to talk one more time about the trauma and re-traumatize ourselves and even the therapist involved. So could we be gentler? The third was, could it be easier? Like even a baby could benefit, or someone with Alzheimer's, someone who cannot follow instruction. Everyone would benefit. That was my goal. Some of the methods I studied were complex. You needed to cross your legs, think about that, do that. And I knew a baby could not do that. And then the fourth question I had was, could it be complete? I meant done in my gut. And, I didn't know what it was exactly and how to be complete, but I learned it along the ways. So here we go. I'm jungling those methods and everything is okay until I inherit money from my family. So who has read, yes, Best is great. Who has read my book, Abundance on Demand? Not yet is a good answer. Don't hesitate. Give me a sense of what's going on here. Bioenergetics, it's all amazing. Alexandra, not yet. Yes, okay. So you don't know, most of you. All right. Read it yet. Okay. So you don't know. I inherit money from my family and I cannot keep it in my hands. I totally lose it all within 2.5 years. And when I get down to 0.00 and I have absolutely nothing to show for, I lost it all in foreclosures. I mean, it's gone. And I realized, man, my subconscious ran my show for 2.5 years. I couldn't even stop myself spending the whole way. I had to reach bottom. And when I did, that's when I wake up and realize that. And I say, whoa, I want to become a master of my subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind, what is it anyway? And then I want to also know everything about money blocks. What are they anyway? So I go on a journey and I go to 11 different therapists in a year. And why do I do that? Is because pretty soon I realized something important. Along the 30 years of studying the body, the mind, the energy, consciousness, everything, I discovered that the subconscious memories, they are recorded in layers and layers and layers of the body, the mind, the energy, even the story of the soul. And we need to address all layers in order to finally be complete. So when I go to a therapist, there was one that was on Simorg Matrix, does psychotherapy on the chakras only. The other one was doing the tapping is on Chinese meridians and medicine. Perfect. The other one is past lives. The other one is generational biodecoding, generational memories. Incredibly powerful. Then the other one was somatic memories. And I mean, there were memories everywhere in the field, like I said. And we needed to address all of them, but each method was only addressing a type of memory. And I was thinking, man, we need an integrative psychology, a psychology that addresses all types of memories, not just in the brain, but everywhere, the somatic and etc., like I just said. And so I looked around and I cannot find any therapy like that at the time. So I give up on it. I say, doesn't exist. So I jungle my 15 methods, like, and I'm doing okay. Until I go to the airport and I pick up a client and she had a bipolar disorder. And she didn't tell me. She was coming from France. So I say, oh my, I am not equipped. I have to send her back to France. And before that, I deep dive into psychiatry. And that's when I found the work of Dr. Flint. So who has heard about Dr. Flint? Anyone? Yes, absolutely. Acupuncture, kinesiology. Man, Margot, you did it. Yes. Dr. Flint, no. So Dr. Flint was a psychologist at the time, and he was specialized in a worst case scenario. torture survivors, mind control, cults, schizophrenia. I mean, he did it all. And he had discovered something amazing. He had discovered that the mind seems to have a little healer in the mind that wanted to help heal the rest of the mind. So he ended up training the subconscious to heal itself. It's like, whoa, genius, call Dr. Flint, you know. So I called him and he said, wow, Colette, I've been retired for 17 years. I mean, nobody cares about my work. So really, what do you want? I said, oh, Dr. Flint, I'm a therapist, but my son, Valentin, is a coach. We both want your mentorship. Really? And then he said yes. So he began to teach us everything he knew, especially things he has never written about, never talked about. Nobody cared. But we began to learn. And soon enough, I'm assessing the method. Yes, great, it's fast. Second, is it gentle? Yes, it's gentle. Third, is it easy? Like a child could do? Yes, could benefit, yes. But the fourth one was, is it complete? And guess what? The answer was, oh, no. One more method not complete. Why? Because Dr. Flint was a psychologist trained in the 60s, where the subconscious was a timeline from conception to now in the brain. And then he expanded with tapping, he expanded into the Chinese medicine, but he didn't even include the chakra system or different timelines, or certainly not even the DNA or the somatic memories. And I was like, wow, what if we could stretch the idea of the mind healing itself, but now the full mind with a capital M, wherever the memories are recorded? How do we do that? I had no clue, obviously, but the universe knew. So I ended up having a word in my mind, almost if someone would say it in my mind, like 10, 20 times a day, like it became an obsession for about 2 or 3 weeks. And I didn't know what this word meant. It was a long word, and you can separate it in two, and who is going to guess what it was? So I didn't know what it was. So I wait 3 weeks. I'm not getting a sentence, just a word. And I'm thinking, man, yes, you got it, Tracy. Good guess. Superconscious. I'm getting superconscious. And it's like, what is that? I mean, I know I'm dealing with the subconscious with Dr. Flint, but not the superconscious. What's the deal? And then I go and study Carl Jung, and I realize, oh, he was using the superconscious already to tap into the collective consciousness, the archetypes. I'm thinking, amazing, now I get it. The superconscious has access to everything far beyond the brain, okay? In the field of infinite knowledge, in the collective consciousness. And I was like, wow, all right, now what if we could train the superconscious to go deep dive and scan the consciousness of the client and find the subconscious memories wherever they are, from the cellular memory, the DNA, to the story of the soul, the generational tree, wherever they are, and neutralize them on command. So I called Dr. Flint, and he says, wow, Colette, this is genius. Go for it. I said, go for it. What, Dr. Flint? I mean, obviously you change your method. And he said, oh, no, Colette. I've been retired for 17 years. You do it. I do it? All right, well, my son, come here, Valentin. So let's go. And for 2.5 years, I take everything I'd learned. I begin with like putting down my 30 years of studying every type of memories and where they are located and how could we communicate with the superconscious, and testing it out on hundreds of people and finding the best instructions to address the chakra system, the somatic memories, etc. And then eventually, 2.5 years later, comes the first manual with about 100 new instructions to the superconscious, plus Dr. Flint's older instructions now turned to the superconscious. So now we had a manual with hundreds of instructions to address all those types of memories. But the next question was, well, where do I, how do I not forget? How do I not forget any of those, during a session? Do we just shoot from the hip or what? So I say, oh, we need a map. That's where the word map came in, a map of the subconscious, the full, complete subconscious mind, all types of memories. And it ended up looking more like a tree. So imagine branches and sub-branches. So we had a map. And that guided the session. But then there was more. I needed to know how to communicate with the superconscious mind. And what if the superconscious could guide the session through the map, into the manual, to the right instructions? And so as I had studied kinesiology, which is also muscle checking, I could go and communicate with the superconscious of the client. And now it's the client's superconscious that knows everything or remembers everything that is guiding the session. And we had literally systemized the world of psychology. And now, not any psychology. By that time, it was the holistic, integrative psychology that I've been looking for about 10 years. And the results were out of this world. And I knew fast methods, and the results of fast methods, EFT, NLP, EMDR, I mean, all of that. But here it was different. It was deeper, it was gentler, it was faster. It was really different. And so, for example, I'm giving you an example. This person came in and he had a height phobia, a lifetime height phobia. So you remember the first time around, everyone, you will have to have your own special memory, one specific memory, and you take one, even if it's a pattern. So I say, well, you have certainly many, but can you take one memory? The first time we have to introduce your brain, so we're going to do it on one memory. He said, oh, yes, I remember I was at the top of a mountain, I was looking down the valley, and I got a panic attack. I say, perfect, let's take that. So he's sitting in my office and he's sweating, 10 out of 10 of anxiety, just thinking about it. So I begin the instructions. And you are going to notice when I do the session at the end of this workshop, I give a few instructions and I pause. The brain processes, I keep going and going and going and going, okay? It's like an onion. Makes sense, going deeper into all the subconscious types of memories. However, this time, I give the first three instructions and I pause. Like it's the peel, if you want, the peel of the onion. And so I pause. And he opens his mouth about 3 minutes in the process. And he's laughing. It's like, Colette. He says, it's gone. It's gone. So it's gone. I have not heard correctly. I mean, it's gone what? I mean, a phobia, 10, 3 minutes here. What is gone? And he said, Colette, the phobia is gone. I mean, I'm looking down the mountain. I mean, it's a joke. Could we work on relationships now? Uh, uh, I was blown away. It's like, what just happened? 10 to 0 in 5 minutes. I mean, that was short, one command. One is 3 commands, like one round. And that doesn't happen very often, okay? Last month, I did have 6 of them in my workshop, but it's pretty rare. Because normally it's layers and layers and layers. It takes half an hour, perhaps an hour. I mean, it doesn't matter. The results is permanent. So it's good no matter what. So, but this time he got the switch. We call it the switch. And so he got the switch. And so I was thinking, yes, when it does, it's fun. You're right. It's not very common. So he got the switch. So it woke me up and say, what happened? I need to know what's going on in the brain. So I need a QEEG, a quantitative electroencephalogram, while I am talking to the superconscious, because all I didn't touch the person, didn't say a word. I just gave a few commands, stopped, and the 10 to 0. So that was like, mind-blowing. So I realized that when I'm giving the instructions, the brain waves are going wild. The brain is rewiring itself right there on command. And then I say, all right, now we need to go to a neuroscientist. So we went to a lab, and when we came back, we got the same results. I mean, actually more detailed. The neuroscientist said, Colette, you're right, you're rewiring the brain. In that case study, we were wiring two areas concerning memories, one concerning pain, painful memories. I say, that's exactly what we were looking for. So that was really, really comforting, to say the least. And then my colleagues came around. And if you're my colleague and you arrived a little late and you didn't tell me, please write down what you do. And I love to know that. Why? Because I want to actually take just a second to appreciate you. I mean, if you're a coach, a therapist, a healer, a doctor, I mean, you are amazing. You're so open-minded, you're open-hearted. I mean, you're here with me, okay, for something new, curious. But at the time, my colleagues were not like that. They were on the sidewalk and I was looking. Come on, Colette. You know, we already have the fast therapies, EFT, NLP, MDR, hypnosis. So really, you know, what's new is MAP. And I thought, well, it was a good question. It was a valid question. So I went on the side and wrote like pages of differences. I was on a row. But here today, I'm going to give you 4 differences. And instead of calling them differences, I'm going to call them my favorite word in the world. So who is going to guess? It has 3 letters and it begins with a W. And I already said it once. And it's not me, actually, it's Dr. Flint who said it. So who has listened to me here? Wow, you got it. Oh, wow, Dr. Daniel, you got it. You're on a row here. So yes, it's wow. And you will see why it's my favorite word at the end of this workshop. But if you like what I say, just, you know, send me a wow in the chat and it's going to make me laugh. So that's a good thing. All right, so let me give you the 4 wows. Oh, thank you, Bill. Like, you are amazing, everyone. Woo-da! Piachi. Oh, Chris, you're rocking it. Oh, what a group I have tonight. It's amazing. All right, so let me give you the 4 wows. The first wow is, it's truly an integrative psychology. And what do I mean by that? You would say, Colette, what's the proof of the pudding here? Well, remember the protocol of MAP is a tree. It literally looks like a tree. And there are branches. Well, we have a special branch that says, please add your own specialty. So if you are a chiropractor, an acupuncturist, a shiatsu master, a qigong master, Reiki, you're doing massage, you're a dance therapist, a child therapist, you are a sports coach, a nutritionist. I mean, we have an oncologist that is MAPper now. So whatever you know, you can add it to the branch. And even though the protocol itself has grown within 11 years now, but there is always more. Always more. That's what life is about. So you add exactly everything you know, and during a MAP session, it will integrate all your knowledge. So for example, seamlessly, it will go there. Let's say you know a special breath, you're a breath expert, okay? It's going to go there and say, do this breath for 2 minutes now for the good processing. Perfect. You do 2 minutes of that breath, back to the general protocol. You see how dense it is, how holistic and integrative. Yeah, you can put everything in it. We have nutritionists who are putting everything in there. RN, yes, fantastic. So what it means is your own protocol is unique in the world. You're the only one in the world going to practice, if you become a practitioner, to practice the way you're going to practice it. And we support that. We love creativity and we love using intuition and all of that. So we favor that. And what it means is when you meet your clients, you meet with the whole of you. And look how much more powerful it is to bring the wholeness of you in a session. I remember in the past, I would say, today we do EFT, but next week we'll do NLP. And then I had to choose, among 15 different methods. But now it's all integrative. And so it feels so good, both for the client and then for you too. And the results are out of this world because of that. It's complete. All right, so that was the first wow. Now the second wow. Yes, you can bring everything you want in there. Absolutely. Beautiful. So the second wow. Wow number 2. Listen, everyone, you will all have a chance to experience it today. I call it the Google search ability. What does it mean? Well, in the past, when I was doing an event, for example, a traumatic event, I would address every single aspect of that one event during a session or more. But it was only that one event. And you know what? We have millions of events of memories according to research. So most of them are subconscious, pre-verbal, generational, somatic memories. I mean, there's no way you can do one conscious event at a time and be fast and complete. So how can we shrink the time? And with MAP, we can. So remember, today I'm asking your conscious mind, the 5%, I told you it's only 5%, to know what to do. The first time around, we're training your brain, you will know what to focus on, so you will have one specific memory in mind, consciously, and you'll be able to measure the progress consciously. Perfect. That's what you need for the training. However, this is only 5% of the deal. And I am not going to leave you there. I'm going to ask your superconscious to open the gate, if you want, to your deeper subconscious memories, wherever they are, in the somatic memories, in the generational memories, in the different timelines, even past lives, in wherever they are, in the story of the soul, in the muscle structure, wherever they are, and create a gigantic package of memories that are all similar or associated to the one event you're focusing on. It does this Google search, finds all those events, all those memories, create that package, and treat all of them in one instruction. Are you with me here? Yes, that's a wow, Alexandra. Great. Woohoo. So, for example, let me give you an example. This woman, she had a car accident and she thought that was it. However, she got the Google search and it can appear at least 2 ways. One of it is the popcorn, pops a memory, or a video at the speed of light, like tons of images. One person got a text message last time, tons of text message. I don't know. That was funny. But however, you can have one of those. So she got the popcorn. So she was focusing on the event. Remember, that's conscious mind? Well, it didn't last long. Immediately began the popcorn, like 3 years old, pop into her memory. 3 years old, she had forgotten completely, but she fell off a staircase, like such a big, long staircase. She could have broken herself. 7 years old, she fell off a bicycle in the middle of a car accident. Tremendous danger. Then there was another one and another one and another one and another one and another one. And she said, oh my, I have been accident prone all my life. And then pops the last one. Poof, generational memory. The great-grandmother, she'd fell off a horse and broke a neck. And that memory, the superconscious did the Google search, went up the family tree, great-grandmother. That was the origin of the pattern. that she was reproducing in this lifetime because the DNA had recorded the trauma and she was reproducing it over and over and over again to try to heal it. But she realized then, connecting all the dots, that, oh my, that's not even my trauma. I don't have to keep going with that. I can let it go. And within 5 minutes, it was gone. The whole pattern was gone. So, you with me here? That's crazy. You're right. All right. Very good. So that was wow number 2. Now, wow number 3. Do we have anyone interested in trauma here? I know I have at least one therapist or more. Anyone interested in trauma? Okay, a lot. Okay. We have a double wow in trauma. So the first one is the client, the person doesn't have to say one word out loud about the deepest, most painful, traumatic memory in their lives to be able to heal them easily, gently, quickly, and permanently. Not a word. What does it mean? First of all, you don't lose time talking about the trauma, but not only that, the pain of talking about it, the re-traumatization doesn't have to happen at all. Not only for you, but also the therapist, And I insist because therapists are here, they are suffering from that. So that's the first step. Second, the first benefit. Second is that it's really private. And that's a huge benefit because the person feels safe and feels comfortable healing traumas after traumas. I had a client, she was a vet, 80 years old. She had listed 54 traumas. I've never seen that in my lifetime. She had PTSD, a depression, etc. But she was determined to get out of it before the end of her life. So she came. Well, she didn't say a word. I still don't know. But 3 months later, after doing about 3 sessions a week, 3 months later, she's PTSD out. Very soon, it was depression was gone, and then PTSD, and that she was dancing, and I mean, complete transformation of her life. And I still don't know the traumas. And guess what? I'm not missing them. So here we go. That was one of the benefits. The other benefit, have anyone done IFS, internal family system? Yes, yes. Okay. So Dr. Schwartz discovered 40 years ago how to heal parts. So when there is a trauma, let's say it's 3 years old, the main personality might split. It's called split into small parts. The main personality might keep going up, does keep growing up, 3, 10, 20 years old. But there is still a 3-year-old, more than one, but just simplifying. So a 3-year-old at the bottom of the psyche, holding on to the traumatic memory so that the main personality doesn't remember it. But it doesn't really work well because as soon as anything in the environment is similar to what happened at 3 years old, the 3-year-old wakes up, takes control, makes decision in the middle of a fight with a neighbor, for example. Not useful. So how can we integrate all those parts so that the person is not triggered constantly from a past memory and be able to live in the present moment? Now, Dr. Schwartz, 40 years ago, discovered parts and how to heal them through a conscious dialogue. But Dr. Flint came along and he had a genius understanding. He realized that instead of having to talk about the trauma, which is the case with IFS, the 3-year-old has to wake up and talk about the trauma and re-traumatize everyone involved in this conversation. Here, instead of having to lose all this time consciously, the trauma parts can be healed and integrated in the subconscious mind. The dialogue can be done in the unconscious mind. So what does it mean? It's like the superconscious goes deep dive into the subconscious, find a 3-year-old, communicate with it at the speed of light. The 3-year-old says, oh, wow, I don't have to talk about it. That's safe. So I want healing. And then the superconscious heals the pain associated with the trauma memory and integrates the wisdom with the main personality. And how long does it take? I mean, it depends, to be honest, of course. But I have seen it a lot. 3 to 5 minutes. Not a word ushered. My trauma therapist here, yeah. Getting that. Yes, that's a wow. You're right. So let me give you the example. Remember the woman with the soap on her face, the young girl? Everyone remembers? Soap on her face, hair not washed for years, shoes not changed for years, gloves full of soap, no more skin on the arm and belly. Doesn't want therapy. She arrives like that. Not an eye contact. 3 sessions later, session number. So what I do is I follow the protocol, go to the parts work, one branch of the protocol, parts every 3 minutes. That's all I do, no feedback. Session number 4, open the door. Remember what happened? She had washed her face, washed her hair. She went to the shoe store. She had no more gloves, so she had normal hands. The skin was back on the arm, normal arms. She had normal face, normal eyes, everything. Like she was looking at me. The hair were normal. They were washed. So she was completely normal. I didn't recognize her. She was not behind the mask anymore. It's like, whoa. And he said, Colette, could we work on the belly today? It's like, honey, come on in. But I still don't know any of the traumas that we treated and the parts, and it doesn't matter for me. It's all good. Does that make sense for you too? No need to know. Yes, Carla. All right. You follow me. You're with me on that. Great. So now wow number 4. Oh, triple wow. Yes. Yes. So a triple wow. And a triple wow. I meant wow number 4. You guys, you're excited. You put me on my highest energy. So the wow number 4 is MAP sessions, when recorded, extremely effective. Not every method in the world can be recorded at all. It's pretty rare, actually. But it can be recorded, and therefore the client can listen to it. And it's extremely effective. So what do you do as a therapist, coach, healer, doctor? You can create a program with recordings that are logically addressing the situation. It could be, for example, for trauma, clearing all traumas from conception to 18 years old systematically. Or it could be weight loss, body image, for example, dealing with all aspects of that. Or we have one on autoimmune disorders. It's connected to trauma, so addressing the body and the connection with autoimmune disorders through trauma. So you know your clients, and you know they would have to go through a certain numbers of work to be done. But oftentimes, when you see a client who has chronic situations, they have suffered for decades. You see them 50 minutes a week. I mean, I was frustrated as a therapist. Why? Because when I saw my client, we couldn't make progress because during the week there was another trauma, another drama, something else happened. And therefore we could never actually do the deep work. Well, now what you can do is you see your clients once a week, but in between you have created a recorded program. They can listen to their MAP meditations every night if they wanted to. And now it's a lifestyle of personal growth. And now they are making progress between sessions. That's what I did with my vet, okay? So they are doing their sessions by themselves, like 3 or 4 a week. And then you come back, they have actually made progress. And not only you can record consciously, but MAP is also extremely effective in a subliminal way. We have a top expert in MAP, specialized in subliminals at the Institute. And she has put together a way to do it very uniquely. And she has amazing results. even on autoimmune disorders, with someone listening to a subliminal and they were in a wheelchair and now they are skiing downhill. I mean, these are the kind of results she got through subliminals. So imagine now you can do conscious, live, one-on-one groups, and then you can do subliminals. When they are washing dishes, they are getting some work done. So how much can we do? How easier can it be? And for children, they love it. They can listen to a recording on their favorite music, and they love doing that while they are drawing. They're getting the healing done. Yeah, it's great. I have no other word. All right, calm down, Colette. Okay. So, wow, number 4, we got it. You might be asking, what else can we do about with MAP? Well, we can do, we have therapists now who are doing a lot of addiction work, food addiction, amazing results, PTSD, anxiety, weight loss, body image, money blocks. That's mine. What else? Yes, I mean, there's more. Oh, relationships, deep work on narcissistic relationships, etc. So I want to give you 2 examples, and let me look for it. It's right here. And these are 2 extremes, all right? One is psychiatry, the other one is peak performance. Just to give you a sense of whatever is possible and much more. Groups, yeah, groups is amazing, Dr. Tanya. It's amazing. We can do hundreds. I'm actually going to do a special group for Jamaica for the trauma over there. Makes it affordable. It's going to be free, so affordable for them. But yeah, this is something I couldn't do one-on-one. All right, so let's begin. Dr. Flint, yes. I want to honor Dr. Flint. He passed away more than now 3.5 years ago. And I want to say thank you, Dr. Flint, and we honor you. And I'm we are all very, very grateful. So now, let me give you a few stories. Alison, 17 to 19 years old, she's sexually abused by her own psychiatrist. From then on, it's complete downhill. She gets a new psychiatrist that she sees every week in therapy for the next 30 years. She's turning 50 years old now. Guess what? She's still diagnosed with complex PTSD, bipolar 2, anxiety. She has had self-harming, leading to 6 different surgeries, many long-term and short-term psychiatric hospitalizations since her 20s. The parents have given up on her by then, and the psychiatrist diagnosed her incurable. Now, if all of this was not enough, 23 years old, she's piling up autoimmune disorders. Now, for my doctors here, it's connected to trauma. So rheumatoid arthritis, Crohn's disease, colitis. She's now addicted to painkillers because she has chronic pain. She has 30 years of insomnia and 30 years of brain fog. And that's when she sits in your chair. Now, it's not very common. Usually we have people who are, functioning more easily in life. But she was sitting in your chair, and she sticks around during the break. So for those of you who came late, you don't know there will be a small break, okay? You do what you want. But if you stick around, you learn how you can work with me and my team. So obviously, she was curious. So she sticks around. She ends up joining the personal growth program that I was offering, called Become Unlimited. So she joins in because she also hears me saying, we are beginning research on autoimmune and subliminals. So the whole autoimmune program was only subliminals. So she would listen every day, plus do the regular coaching program with us. So she would listen every day, 2 months in the program. She wants to give us a testimonial. So I said, well, 2 months is too early. Come back 6 months in the program, just to make sure it's solid. Well, she comes back. And she says, Colette, I've said goodbye to my psychiatrist already 2 months in the program. Why? Because I'm feeling happiness and joy for the first time in my 30 years. In control of my emotions now. My memory is back. I sleep like a baby. So I work in a cafe and I take care of my needs. I was like, oh, amazing, Alison. She said, well, wait a minute. The biggest thing is that after 30 years of chronic pain, I'm finally pain-free from rheumatoid arthritis. So she stopped all medication after 2 months. And the test did confirm that the inflammation numbers were low. Now, a year and a half later, she comes back because she's still in our coaching program, Personal Growth, because it's about growing, okay? So it's not about you feel okay, now stop everything, please. No, you feel okay, now let's fly. So now she wants a new job, she wants more money, she wants to dream, she has the energy now to dream. So we support her. And she comes back a year and a half later saying, Colette, I have another testimonial for you. The doctor says my inflammation numbers are down to 0. And guess what? I have an amazing job. I work with children. I love that. But the biggest surprise you're going to have, I say, oh, what is that? Well, I'm going back to school. You're going back to school? Yeah, I'm becoming a healer. Now I live like I have never been diagnosed. No bipolar disorder, no autoimmune disorders. So I want to help others. I said, wow, congratulations, Alison. So what is your mission now? And she said, my mission is to bring kindness to the world and bring joy. But that starts with filling myself with kindness and joy. And when I heard that, I said, well done, Alison. Because you know what? She's built a success foundation. Remember the first 7 years of life? You have all those subconscious programs that you learn that create a foundation for you. Well, when you do the inner work, you build a new foundation. If your foundation is sabotaging, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I can't do it, I'm not lovable, you transform it. And that's what she did. You know what? I am good enough. I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm going back to school. And then she had, you know what? I am lovable. I'm going to fill myself with kindness and joy. And I thought, well done, Alison. Now you have built your foundation. No matter what you're building, you're not going to sabotage yourself anymore. Yes, so that was my joy. Yes, I see that. All right, so Caroline, completely different story. Caroline Ricciardi, she comes in, she wants to revolutionize the field of real estate, but she's a social worker. She has never had a business. She tells me, Colette, should I clear my money blocks? I have been poor all my life. I say, I mean, if you ask me, I have only one answer. I say, okay, Colette, I get it. And you have all seen it. It's not a secret. It's called Clearing the 11 Money Saboteurs. You see, you have seen it along the way. It's my program. So she was saying, should I do that? And she has to listen to some subliminals in it. In addition to doing the coaching, the personal growth, the conscious work. So I say, yeah, do what you prefer, but that would be a good thing. So she does. She listens, she changes her belief system around money. 3 months in the program, she has opened a business, she has 11 team members already, and they are all doing MAP. So there are 2 types of MAP session. There is one that clears the past, like Alison did. And then once you have cleared enough and you have energy to create, now you're creating your future. So you're clearing the future, the blocks, the doubts, the fears, etc. And that allows you to fly into your dream. Okay. So that's what her company was doing, obviously. They were clearing the blocks of procrastination, whatever it was that was blocking them from being successful. They were doing great. Then COVID comes around, everything stops. So she says, why don't you clear your money blocks? It was in July. You didn't do it. You had nothing else to do. So the whole team is on it for a month, intensively. Well, that was in July. The following month, that August, they called the clients in the middle of the quarantine and they raised more money than ever. They raised $1 million cash. The following month, they have access to a fund of $5 million. The following January, a fund of $100 million. And about a year ago, they were invited by Sir Richard Branson on his island to give a conference on the future of real estate. And when they leave the island, they leave with a new project to build a green village in the Caribbean. And that's why she called me with Jamaica right now, because I'm going to help them out there. But yes, so she was dreaming and they were just beginning their project over there. So now you might be thinking, okay, Colette, sounds great. But what we are talking about is the first 7 years of life, you get all those programs, they run you on autopilot until you interrupt them, you change them by doing map session, for example, to clear those traumas, beliefs, emotions, build a success foundation like Alison did, self-esteem, self-worthiness. Great, but it's just going to make me feel good. I love myself, I'm happy, great. But I want a quantum leap in life. I want to fly. I want to become a new me. I want a new career, a new business. I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to be healthy while I have been struggling all my life. I want a loving relationship. Yes, you're right. This is a complete quantum leap. You see, you are becoming a new you, a new identity. Like Alison, sick for 30 years and a healer, or Caroline, social worker to real estate. Complete different identity. So you're right. It is not going to be enough. You're going to tell me that. That's not enough. I'm just going to feel good. I'm going to have a solid foundation. And you're right. It's like a house. Now you have a foundation. You need 3 steps to build a new house, to build a new identity, to create a new life. You need 3 steps. And that's why this MAP method has 3 steps. So take notes. And it's called Make Anything Possible through those 3 steps, using them. So the first step of the MAP method is magnify your dream. Clarify your new identity. Who are you becoming? What are you creating? Fundamental. If not, you're just going anywhere. We have no destination. So the first one is that. And do not shrink your dream. Magnify them. I had a client, she said, oh, I want to work with the astronauts in NASA. Yes, that's my dream since I was 7. I say, great, it's amazing, go for it. And she said, oh, Colette, I have 5 little kids. I am in the middle of a divorce. I'm a single mom now. I have no money. And guess what? I dropped out of college. I say, well, there's some work to do, but let's keep going. Don't give up your dream. So you have a dream. As soon as you begin to dream in who do you truly, truly desire to experience in this lifetime, who do you want to become? Oh, comes the doubt immediately. Who am I? To go back to school at my age and no money and this and that. You have to clear all those blocks, one after the other, the low self-esteem, I'm not good enough, everything has to go. And that's with the MAP session. So step 2 is MAP with the superconscious, the one we are going to do in a moment. Clearing, 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 okay? So now you have your goal, you have the dream of the house if you want, you have the foundation, solid foundation with the MAP session, you build your foundation, great. But guess what? You're still missing the house. There's still something missing. And I personally didn't know it was missing until it happened to me. And I lost my money, so I desired unlimited abundance. And I hired a coach. I did 11 months and different therapies. I did everything I could. And after all this inner work and this outer work with a coach going out there, after a year, I was still the same person doing the same job and having the same income. And not only for 1 year, the same income. I have had the same income for 15 years. And I realized, oh, you know what? I am still the same person doing the same job in the same office. And that's when I said, I'm still the same person. Oh, I get it. I didn't change my identity. And the world was still projecting and mirroring my identity of the box. I was in a box. Colette, you're a therapist in this, you're this in this office and this income and this type of clients, and that's who you are. As soon as you want to get out, poof, sabotage. So I say, whoa, I need to rewire my brain. How do I do that? So I prayed and I got an answer. I remembered that at 17 years old, suddenly I remembered I had wired my brain and my heart in complete coherence for several months because I wanted to meet my soulmate. And guess what? I manifested my soulmate in high school a few months later, and we're still happily married. So I got the message, use the same method, rewire your brain, heart and mind, complete coherence, but this time for unlimited abundance of income and impact. And I did. And one moment in time, I sit down in my office after wiring. The third step is called magnetization. You become a magnet of new thoughts when you wire your brain differently with a new identity. And I go into my office and boom comes a thought, like a 10 of a second. And it was, oh my, I got it. The idea was, you know what? The integrative psychology that I had been looking for, like perhaps a decade ago at the time, nobody had done it in 10 years. I could do it. And I could put my 30 years of studying plus Dr. Flint 40 years for everything else we could find, and we would have the most powerful psychotherapy on the planet. And poof, I got it. I saw myself going and doing it until an old neuron came in and said, huh, really, Colette? Who do you think you are? Oh, there's doubt. They kill your dreams. So shout out loud like I did. And I say, leave me alone. I'm good enough. I'm strong enough. I'm powerful enough. I will revolutionize the field of psychology. And whew, the doubts left. I could see myself. And then the universe might have heard, because now we have map in Japanese, Chinese, Danish, French, German, Swedish coming up, Russian, Ukrainian, Portuguese coming up, and more. So we have the 3 steps, you see. So for those of you who are curious and you would like to know how to do those 3 steps with me and my team for your own personal growth, stick around during the break that is beginning now. And if you have no question about that, please do not stick around, have fun, drink water and dance or do something, some gymnastic. So I'll see you in about 12, 15 minutes. I don't know how fast I can call and talk. Let me do that. All right. The thing is, something has disappeared in my world. Technology and me is 2 things. All right. Okay, I'm good now. So let's begin. For those of you who are here, you're in the break, you want to know how to work with me, let me share with you how it's going to look like. This is about personal growth, okay? It's not about training others or doing any map on your clients. So it's called Become Unlimited with the Superconscious Power. This is my dream come true. That's how I'm going to put map on the map. I work with only a few private clients, so I'm not going to do it by myself, but with my team together, we are offering this program so that you can fly into your dreams and be supported by me and my team. So what do we do together every week? Well, we do the 3 steps of the MAP method, and they take about 2 hours together when you do one each. So we do the 3 steps. Now, when you want to accelerate and work deeper, especially if you have chronic situation, I would encourage you to do more, and you can, because we have 16 activities a week of the 3 activities of the 3 steps over and over again. So when you look at the orange sessions, for example, easy to see, they are the map session clearing the past, like Alison did. And you begin with that. You want to clear, what is blocking you. And once you have enough energy, like Alison did, Then she went into the next type of sessions. These are the green ones that are about clearing the future. The green sessions, they are all about clearing the future or clearing your abundance blocks, which is my session, for example, on Wednesday. So they are all recorded, no worries. You benefit from all of them. We offered a lot because we have clients from Singapore to UK, and we wanted to make sure everyone could benefit. So here you go. You can do as many sessions as you want. You decide. Now, you can also, once you have cleared enough of the past, like Alison did, or Caroline, immediately they began with our company to do the green sessions, the clearing of the future, to fly into their dreams with, with wings. So when you are doing the green sessions, you can stay with us for as long as you want, because life is life. You always have a new dream, like Alison did. I want a new job, I want more money, now I'm going back to school now. And Caroline, with her business, has constantly new goals too. So you can stay as long as you want with us. We support you along the way, or as short as you prefer. You literally decide. Now, after class, there is something amazing, and it's called the after class party. And as I said to you, I don't take any new clients. Nobody can work with me anymore. However, after class, I don't hang up. I stick around for another 30 minutes in average. And what happens is I give free coaching after class. So people stick around and listen and get their questions answered and their breakthroughs. So last time I did a breakthrough for someone about money blocks. It was amazing. And everyone benefits. So this is my free gift to you after each class. Now my coaches do the same. So there is an amazing energy after class. And there is a community of support. Now, when you arrive, you might be thinking, Colette, I want to do my personal growth, but I don't really know where to begin, what to do. It's a very common question. So I went and I studied all the personal growth I could find, and I discovered that there were 12 areas. In order to leave no stone unturned, you need to go through the 12 areas of your life to have a complete personal growth that builds this success foundation that Alison has built. And so I have created a program called the Wheel of Transformation. So every month, the orange sessions, half of them are on the subject, the theme of the month. So one month could be worthiness, worthy of money, worthy of health, etc. The other month could be forgiveness, or relationship, self-love, etc. So as you go through the 12 months, for as long as you stay 12 months, you will have finished the Wheel of Transformation and therefore build your success foundation, and you stop sabotaging yourself for the rest of your life. This is really the goal of this program. Now you can go as deep as you want in it or as light as you prefer. Every month, you print out your guide, you go deep dive with the questions, then you go to the orange sessions that are the theme, and you get at the end, to make it fun, you get a badge, and you get an amazing gift that you can keep forever, just to make it fun. Now, building your foundation takes about an hour a week. So the goal is you build your success foundation so you don't sabotage yourself anymore, and at the same time, you have plenty of time to begin creating. So don't lose your time. As soon as you have a little bit of energy, begin creating. Begin to lose weight, to build your business, to change your career, to heal your relationships, and etc., etc. So do not wait a minute. As soon as you have energy, go for your creation and your dream at the same time. Now, we record everything, so there is an amazing portal where you can go and listen to the recordings day and night, anytime you want, so that you can TEDx your success that way. And in addition, there is an ebook and there is a vault with the best sessions ever. So it's a very rich, beautiful portal that you can, enjoy. Now, in addition to all the lives, you have seen the 16 activities a week live. They are all recorded. You go to the portal. In addition to that, You're not going to be alone in this program. You're going to have your own private coach, a life coach, a success coach. She's not going to do the 3 steps of the MAP method because you have 16 a week. You have everything you need in group sessions. However, she's going to be a real life success coach for you. We call them breakthrough experts because their goal is to give you breakthrough, to help you breakthrough. They are trained by me. Like I had a training today, and most of them have been with us full time, 6 to 8 years. These are the creme de la creme of coaches. So I'm giving you the best. So you're going to have an amazing coach, and she's going to help you clarify your dreams and find your blind spot, have your own exercises that needs or show you exactly how to personalize your plan so that you reach your own breakthroughs. She's here dedicated to your success. So you will never be alone in this program. And this by itself will 10x your success. You're going to see her every month for 1 hour. Now, let me share with you something else. You're going to say, Colette, all right, sounds great. Who is going to be my coach? I mean, will I love my coach? Well, look at them. They are amazing. You can have Shelly, Christina, or Sarah. As I said, they have worked full-time with me for years. They are the best of the best. Kim talks about Nai, for example. She says Nai is amazing. She's so positive, uplifting, knowledgeable, and just knows what to say to help me. This is exactly what a coach is about. Sarah, Jana talks about her. She said, I was absolutely blown away. She was so compassionate and present, and her feedback was amazing. So now, will this program work for you? That's another good question. Jennifer says, I'm over the moon with the MAP system. I have only been using it a few weeks, but I already feel lighter, more positive, more empowered. And I have also seen a significant increase in my income. Now, does it work for relationships? Angie was at the brink of a divorce. She's not anymore. So she says it has been life-changing, absolutely incredible. I can see the triggers now, and I understand them. Does it work for stress? Dr. Negin says, it is a remarkable system for dissolving the fears that are at the cause of stress and anxiety. And she concludes, I cannot praise it enough. Now, for my coaches, therapists, healers, doctors here, you are thinking, I love personal growth. And I know it's connected to my success, my happiness, and my clients' success. The better I am, the better my clients are. And at the same time, I am curious about MAP. How could I use MAP in my practice? If you have this question, the answer is the MAP certification training is a completely different program. Okay, it's absolutely not the Become Unlimited program. It has to be clear. Become Unlimited is for your own personal growth. Certification is to learn how to do it with your clients and even yourself and So I don't have time to share about it, so I'm going to give you the information to chat with our program advisor, one of my angels. I'll give this info at the end, okay? So stay tuned on that. And stay tuned also because when you sign up for the certification, there is a gift and it's connected to the personal growth program, so stay tuned there. Do people love the personal growth program? Yes, 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 and yes. And why? Because you get 3 amazing keys to this program, to your success. First, you get the 3 steps of the MAP method, live and recorded from the source of MAP in the world, the MAP Coaching Institute itself. Then you get the Wheel of Transformation, a program I have created so that you don't leave any stone unturned. You have finally a structured personal growth program, months after months. And then you get your breakthrough expert. You will not be alone in this program. You will be supported all the way. Now, who does it work for? I would say anyone who has a dream, because these are the same 3 steps, no matter what. For example, the woman who wanted to work with the astronauts, well, guess what? She went back to school too. And what happened? She graduated 3.5 years, top of her class, electrical engineer. And we celebrated in my home. She was a neighbor at the time, but then she comes up in this office, she looks at her email, she got an email from NASA. They wanted to invite her for an interview. So of course she goes. Well, the interview was 12 hours long, one after the other, the most incredible brains on this planet. And guess what? She completely rocked it to the point that she was the first one to be hired. So they say, where do you want to work? She says, the most coveted place in NASA, the one that works with the astronauts on the International Space Station in the robotic department. And they say, welcome to NASA. She literally became a rocket scientist. And she always tells me, Colette, if I did it, they can do it. And that's true. So she insists every time, tell them. I say, yes, I will. I promise. Yes. So it can be anything. It can be better health, better happiness, better relationships, more money, breakthrough. It doesn't matter. These are the 3 steps. You need to know where you're going. You have to clear the blocks and you have to build new neural pathways. Great, Vistara. Now, what are you going to get? I want you to imagine a buffet. You have 68 activities a month. Imagine that. You come anytime you want with your Zoom link. Depending on your schedule, it's perfect. And for those who love numbers, actually, I put the number on the side. And it's really the value of this program if you had to acquire each 68 activities individually, which you can't because it's a package, okay? But however, so in addition to that, you have the 12 months of the Wheel of Transformation. Okay, every month, the map session, the guide, etc., the badge, the gift. Then you have the learning portal. You listen day and night like Alison did. You can 10x your success that way. And then you get your own one-on-one coach, breakthrough expert that is going to support you all the way. When I saw the value of this program, I realized, oh, how do I charge for that? I want to put map on the map. I want that people who come to my webinar, they fly into their dreams, helped by me and my team. My private clients, they pay about that. You know, they pay $1,000 an hour if you want to know, but I don't take any more clients anyway. And but that's not the goal here. The goal here is you come in, you are this, you know, your heart is in it. I want to help you fly into your dream. And I decided, okay, let's do 95% of the value just to get a feel for how much it would be. Well, it would be $300 a month. And I realized, oh my gosh, this is perfect. You get the lives, the recordings, the coach, 1 hour with your coach every month, the breakthrough expert. You get me for free every class you come in, and I can give you free coaching. There is the learning portal, there is the guide, and everything else. So this is the price on the website. That's the official price if you want. However, when you come live and you actually stick around during the break, I am going to announce you the biggest gift I can give you. Because I know you are motivated, you wouldn't be here. You have a passion for your own personal growth. So I'm going to give you the biggest gift I can give you and still continue with my business. I have to balance the two. So I'm giving you that gift for the next 48 hours. So instead of $300 a month for the exact same thing, you begin with $79 every 2 weeks, which is about 50% off. Imagine that. From then on, you have everything. Remember the 68 lives, the recordings, the me after class, your own one-on-one coach for that price. Everything is included. And for as long as you stay, okay? So the program itself, I built it on a year. Why? Because I want you to have time to do 2 things. First, to finish the wheel of transformation every month, to build one more brick to your success structure so that you will not sabotage yourself anymore. And then have time to build the house. Now, if you noticed, building takes much longer than destroying anything. So building, like if you want to build a new business, well, it's not going to be 1 hour. If you want to lose 50 pounds, not 1 hour. If you want to heal your relationship and have an amazing, relationship, not 1 hour either. It's going to take months, because change evolves, life happens. So I want you during that year to have time to build anything you want, like going back to school. It's not 1 hour, one block. It's going to happen all along the 3 years of studying. You see what I mean? So you get it all. Within 1 year, you have time to do what you truly desire to create. Now, when you pay $79 every 2 weeks, I'm giving you something else. That doesn't make sense, but it does for me. I'm giving you the freedom to cancel anytime. Why? Because I don't want to pull you into your personal growth. I want you to be excited about it. So I did that. I gave you the freedom, and guess what? People loved it and stayed with me, therefore, the whole year. So Alison and Caroline did a year, and then they say, come on, Colette, I'm not going to give up like right now in the middle of a super deal and going back to school. I mean, I want to keep going with my coach. I want to keep going with the support. Do you have a year 2? I say, all right. So I created year 2. At the end of year 2, they ask again. So I created year 3. Now people have been with me for 5 years. Why? Because it works, obviously. If not, they gave up. So it works. They're doing better in their relationships. Now they want a new job. I mean, you know what life is about, then they want to lose weight, and there is something else coming up, and we support her or them as we go. So you can stay as long as you want in this program, like Alison and Caroline did, or you can stay as short as you prefer. Okay, you're completely free. Now, for those of you who want to finish the year of transformation, to at least have a foundation for the rest of your life and stop sabotaging yourself, I give you an extra little push here. I give you another deal. So you pay up front $1,580, and you see it's down to $132 a month. I mean, not even a long massage. I mean, and you get everything I just told you. In addition, I'm giving you a bonus of a one-on-one map clearing session with one of the top map practitioners in the world. Some of them are trainers. They've been working with me for the last 8 to 10 years. I mean, I'm giving you the best of the best. So you can buy more when you're in the program. Everyone can go to the store and buy some one-on-ones if you want to. But here I'm giving you one. Now, for those who are practitioners, I want to invite you. You're thinking, okay, Colette, I would love the personal growth. I really like that. I want to keep working on myself. But at the same time, I would like to help my clients. How do I do that? Contact our program advisors. I call them my 3 angels. You can have Wasima, Missy, or Diane, depending on where you are in the world and your time zone. But email certification at Map Coaching Institute. They are going to chat with you, and your program advisor is going to share the path to the certification. Now, there is a great news. There's many great news, but I can't resist. I'm going to give it to you now. When you choose the certification, you will also get, as a gift for free, the Become Unlimited program. So you can do your personal growth. And not only 1 year, for many years. I mean, I let them tell you the facts, okay, the gift. But get the information and then decide what you want to do. You are going to be completely free. They are not pushing anything. We are in flow in my company, okay? So be open and be curious, and that's it. Once you know the truth and the facts, then you can decide what you prefer, all right? We'll support you no matter what. Now, if you just want the coaching, though, you have 48 hours, all right? So make sure that you get the deal. I'm giving you the link. Now, for those of you who are going to talk to my program advisors, yes, it's in US dollars. You are going to, if you're going to, oh, I'm giving you even a shortcut. You can jump into the schedule like that. So if you're going to talk to your program advisor, don't worry. If you end up wanting the deal and it's a little bit later than 48 hours because you had to jump on the schedule, no worries. They are your angels, okay? But if you just want the coaching, jump in. So let's begin, everyone. Let's take a deep breath in, and I'm going to give you a little more training for your brain. And you breathe out. And let's begin. Close your eyes. You don't have to remember any of it. So we are beginning part 2 for those who were in the break. So now I want to ask all your parts to join the treatment team. By joining the treatment team, you will all want your trauma treated, want your positive skills strengthened, want to work in consensus, and want to join with the main personality. Then you will help make a treatment plan for each member, which will be approved of by agreement of all members. 100% agreement is necessary to accept treatment plans. All the parts that want to join the treatment team, please do so now. Superconscious. Imagine the brain is a soccer field, a smooth playing field with no bumps. When the phobia, negative belief, painful memory, or part becomes active and moves onto the playing field, gopher holes pop up in a particular sequence. Gophers are animals that burrow underground and push to the surface, leaving mounds of dirt. All right, just a minute. You can treat the emotion by remembering the sequence of gopher holes and gradually smoothing the dirt over each hole a little at a time with a feather in the remembered sequence repeatedly until the gopher holes disappear. Superconscious, now you understand how to diagnose and treat a painful memory. So now I would like to have a volunteer who has his video on, audio on, and one specific event. Put your name in the chat quick. I take the first one. And let's begin. Tanya, all right, let's go. So Tanya, open your mic and tell me. Now, the good news is Tanya is just going to answer questions that everyone will answer for themselves because the session will be a group session and everyone will benefit. So just follow along what I am asking Tanya to do. So Tanya, do you have a specific event, yes or no?
Yes.
Perfect. So hopefully everyone has one. Second, what is your number from 0 to 10, 10 being the highest level of stress?
It's about a 7.
About a 7. So everyone get your number. 3, what is the theme? Is it childhood trauma? Is it car accident? Is it fight with someone? Is it
It's being attacked.
being attacked? Adult time? You were a
As an
child?
adult. I was
As an
an
adult.
adult.
Adult. Sorry, my English is all stress here. Adult. So, okay. Was it like several years ago or you're not?
Many years ago.
Many years ago.
Many.
Perfect. You got it. So you got it. Everyone else is ready. Let's go. So all you will have to do is 2 things. One of it is to bring to consciousness. So I'm going to add you here, Tanya. You just bring to consciousness your event. If you're 10, don't bring everything. You don't have to stress or traumatize yourself, okay? Just a little bit. Enough at the beginning. And then be the observer. So I want you to have mindfulness. Just be observing, noticing what is different. That means you don't melt with it. You don't forget about Colette. You bring up the event and you just observe what is different. And that's all. You don't even understand what I am saying, which you will, but you don't try to ask questions. The most important thing ever is you don't get into your left brain asking questions. What is she doing? Why is she doing that? What does it mean? Nothing. Nothing, zero. You bring up the event or over and over the same one, and you notice what is changing. Now, what can change is the Google search. That means you might have pops, like memories after memories that pop. You can go a little bit with a memory, okay? You can be a little curious, but when you measure back to the one, because your subconscious will multitask and it might be dealing with 10 different traumas at the same time. So we're just noticing that one and measuring that one. Are we good on that? Sounds
Yeah.
good to go? Great.
Yep.
So let's begin. Close your eyes, everyone, and bring up the event. And just begin to notice whenever something will begin to shift. So superconscious, do you see this event? If you see this event and can safely treat it, please treat it and do a massive change history and everything as needed. And take a deep breath. And superconscious, I would like you to treat any beliefs, emotions, memories, parts, events, circumstances that are coming into the active experience. I want you to treat them all in the perfect order and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Superconscious, I would like you to treat the first chakra at the base of the spine. Anything related to safety, security, health issues, belonging, family, betrayal, financial situation. I want you to treat any beliefs, emotions, memories, or parts that might be challenging the balance of the first chakra. And I want you to cut any cords attached to that first chakra, cords about situations, people, events, and fill in the blank, if you want, the void with the light, and treat and balance all the other memories at the same time and do a massive change history and everything as needed. And take a deep breath. And superconscious, I want you to treat all the parts that want treatment and communicate with the parts who don't know yet if they want treatment. And when they do want treatment, treat them all in the perfect order with total respect. Take another deep breath. And superconscious, I want you to keep treating the first chakra at the base of the spine, anything related to safety and security and family and belonging, and at the same time go up into the second chakra, just under the navel, both front and back. Anything related to sexuality, sensuality, creativity, any other beliefs, emotions, memories, or parts that might be challenging the balance of the second chakra. Treat them all in the perfect order and add also cutting all the cords to the second chakra and fill in with the light and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Take another deep breath. Subconscious, keep treating all the parts that want treatment and communicate with the parts who don't know yet if they want treatment. And when they do want treatment, treat them all in the perfect order with total respect. Take another deep breath. Subconscious, I would like you to keep going up from the first chakra, the second. Now I would like you to go into the third chakra, the solar plexus, just under the rib cage, both front and back. Anything related to self-esteem, self-confidence, self-empowerment, any other beliefs, emotions, memories, parts that might be challenging the balance of the third chakra. Treat them all in the perfect order and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Another deep breath. Keep cutting all the cords attached to that third chakra. Any circumstances, people, events, filling with the light. Go back in time, family history, and different past lives that might still affect the balance of the first, the second, and the third chakra, and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Take another deep breath. Now I would like everyone to reassess where you are now. So please write in the chat where you are. And Dr. Tanya, what is your number now?
So much is coming up.
You
I feel
got
like I'm at a 5.
yes. And you have a lot of Google search going. So
Yeah.
yeah, that means you're actually multitasking right now. Perfect. Don't compare, your numbers might go up because with a lot of Google search, it's totally normal. Stay in your lane. We're doing well. So superconscious, please keep treating all the beliefs, emotions, memories, parts, events, circumstances. Treat them all in the perfect order and do a massive change history and everything as needed. And superconscious, I would like you to go back in time now, as far back as needed, in this lifetime or any other lifetime. I would like you to find a first lifetime where something similar happened in the entire story of the soul. I want you to treat that first lifetime and treat every single other lifetimes down to this present lifetime right here, right now. Treat them all in the perfect order and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Keep treating all the parts that want treatment and communicate with the parts who don't know yet if they want treatment. And when they do want treatment, treat them all in the perfect order with total respect. And superconscious, I would like you to keep going back in time, but this time up the family tree, both mother side and father side. I want you to find the very first generation where something similar happened in the entire family tree. I want you to treat that first generation and treat every single other generations down to this present generation right here, right now. Treat them all in the perfect order and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Take a deep breath. Keep treating all the parts that want treatment and communicate with the parts who don't know yet if they want treatment. And when they do want treatment, treat them all in the perfect order with total respect. Take another deep breath. And just notice what is different. We're not going to share immediately. So superconscious, I want you to go up now into the heart chakra, both front and back. Anything related to self-love, self-compassion, self-forgiveness, and also love, compassion, and forgiveness for others. I want you to treat any beliefs, emotions, memories, or parts that might be challenging the balance of the heart chakra. Treat them all in the perfect order and do a massive change history and everything as needed. And cut all the cords attached to that heart chakra and fill in with the light. Go back in time, family history, and different past lives that might have affected the balance of the heart chakra. Treat them all in the perfect order and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Take Another deep breath and treat all the parts that want treatment and communicate with the parts who don't know yet if they want treatment. And when they do want treatment, treat them all in the perfect order with total respect. Take another deep breath. And subconscious. Now I would like you to treat the emotions in the emotion system. I would like you to please identify all the collages of negative emotions, such as fear, dread, anger, rage, guilt, shame, sadness, grief, shock in the emotion system, and treat the collages in the correct order. Treat the first collage, then follow the associations to the memory elements in memory 1 and 2, and 2 and 3, and treat each memory element in the correct order. When finished, do a massive change history and everything, and repeat this procedure for each negative emotion collage in the emotion system. Take another deep breath. Like everyone, to reassess where you are now. Tanya, what is your number now?
2.
2. All right, let's keep going. So superconscious, I want you to keep treating all the centers, and now I want you to go up the throat chakra. Anything related to communication, telling your truth, expressing yourself, unfinished communication, negative self-talk, and also all somatic memories related to communication, like jaw muscles, neck muscles, shoulder muscles, and all the muscles along the spine, the small muscles, but also the deep muscles and the nervous system. I want you to treat all of them in the perfect order and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Take another deep breath. Subconscious, keep treating all the chakras and now go up into the sixth chakra, which is the center of the forehead. Anything related to guidance, clarity, intuition, and go up also into the seventh chakra, opening up that seventh chakra, connecting with source energy. I want you to imagine a waterfall of radiant, loving, and healing energy flowing down into your cell, your seventh chakra, coming from the universe, like this beautiful waterfall, cleansing and harmonizing the seventh chakra, going down now into the center of the head, healing and harmonizing the sixth chakra, the brain, pineal and pituitary gland, cleansing and harmonizing, going down and down into the throat chakra now, healing and harmonizing the throat chakra, going down and flowing into the heart center, healing and harmonizing the heart center, down into the solar plexus, cleansing, healing, harmonizing the solar plexus, flowing down into the center of the belly, the second chakra, healing and harmonizing the second chakra, down into the first chakra, healing and harmonizing the first chakra, down into the legs, into the earth, and letting this waterfall of radiant, loving energy flowing through the entire system and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Take another deep breath. And superconscious, I would like you now to balance the 5 elements of the Chinese medicine. I would like you to begin with the fire element, the heart and small intestine meridians, anything related to abandonment, betrayal, lost, love unreceived, effort unreceived, insecurity, heartache, vulnerability. Keep balancing and harmonizing the fire element into a massive change history and everything as needed. Take a deep breath. And subconscious include also the triple warmer and the master heart meridian with emotions such as humiliation, jealousy, overwhelm, pride, shame, shock, unworthiness. Keep balancing and harmonizing the fire element and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Take another deep breath. And now include also the water element, the kidney and bladder meridians. Anything related to blaming, dread, fear, horror, conflict, terror, feeling unsupported, creative insecurity. Keep treating and harmonizing the water element and do a massive change history and everything as needed. And now include the earth element, the spleen and stomach meridian. Anything related to anxiety, despair, disgust, worry, failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control, low self-esteem. Keep balancing and harmonizing the earth element and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Take another deep breath. Including now the metal element, the long and large intestine meridian, anything related to crying, discouragement, rejection, sadness, sorrow, confusion, grief, stubbornness, defensiveness. Keep balancing and harmonizing the metal element and do a massive change history and everything is needed. Another deep breath. Now include also the wood element, the liver and gallbladder meridians, anything related to anger, bitterness, guilt, hatred, resentment, depression, frustration, panic taken for granted. Keep balancing and harmonizing the wood element and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Take another deep breath. Now we are going to assess again. Please, everyone, give me your first and your last number in the chat before we do the last round. Dr. Tanya, what is your number now?
A 0.
All right. So let's do the last round and then we'll share. Beautiful. Everyone is doing great. Okay. So let's keep going. So subconscious, I want you to keep treating all the beliefs, emotions, memories, parts, events, circumstances that are coming into the active experience. Treat them all in the perfect order and do a massive change history and everything as needed. And for those of you who are at a 5 or below 5, I want to invite you, encourage you to use the magic wand. With the magic wand, you can go back in time to that very specific event and change anything you want to change. You see, the brain doesn't know the difference. So it's the perfect moment to give it an alternative. You can bring someone else on the scene. You can say, see, do something else. The other person can say, see, do something else. You can have a spiritual being with you to support you. You can transform the other person in a cartoon character. If you were frozen due to trauma, I want to encourage you to complete the action you wanted to take at the time. Complete the action that you wanted to take at the time. The goal was here is to fulfill the core needs that were not met at the time. If you needed to feel safe and secure, to be loved and cared for, to be heard, to be seen, acknowledged, recognized, supported, protected, whatever you needed at the time, you can give it to yourself now, and the superconscious will reinforce this new memory and do a massive change history and everything as needed. Subconscious, please do a massive change history and everything as needed, including memories in memory 1, 2, and 3. Any other memories in any other system, including ego states, tandem memory, shadow memory, all physiology, energy system, cellular memories, DNA, different timelines, family history, and all dimensions of consciousness. Take another breath. This will conclude the introductory session for your brain today. So if you drop 2 or 3 points during the last 20 minutes, it's perfect. That means your brain knows what to do, and you know what to do, which is nothing else than just bring the event and observe. And this was an introductory session, so a very little piece of the whole thing. Normally, a session is at least 3 times as long, so you have plenty more time to process and go deeper. And so congratulations, everyone. You have been trained, and now you can do more if you ever wanted to. And Tanya, Dr. Tanya, what can you give us feedback? So what was your
Sure.
experience?
So as we were going along, you might have seen me yawning a lot. I mean, uncontrollable, just yawning. So I know my body was getting rid of stuff. That's what happens in EFT when you're yawning too. Your body's releasing. Also, I did even before we started, the incident that I was thinking of was somebody shoving me against a wall. And before we started, the wall became really soft. When I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, I went into the wall instead of getting shoved against the wall gave in. It was really interesting. And then as we were going along, I could feel shifts happening in my body. I had a hot flash while I was fanning myself because I was getting so hot. And then toward the end, it was just like doing the 5 elements and all the chakras. I had this rainbow water coming from above. Water, spirit, it's all the same. So it was coming through all the chakras. Really beautiful, beautiful experience.
Wow.
Really lovely.
Thank you, Tanya. So you had the Google search also, you told
Oh,
me.
yeah. And I think that's when I was getting really hot because there was lots of different things that were showing up, like this memory and that memory, and memories from past lives showing up. And yeah, it was all there. Generational memories that I was like, oh, that's interesting. That came up, so I'm observing it and watching it going, oh, that's fascinating. I wonder who that was. That was so family tree stuff happening. It was, yeah, covered a lot. Covered
Yes.
a lot of ground there.
In the 20 minutes, yes.
Yeah, it reminds me of theta healing.
Yes, it's
It reminds me of
amazing.
that. It also reminds me a lot of the work that I do with having people not tell me everything, With
Yeah,
Beth, we don't have people tell the story that we don't need to hear it. We just want you just think about it, and then I'll
exactly.
find what's going to interrupt that pattern.
Yeah.
So this is very nice, a very compact way of doing it. Yeah.
Yes. And you can see also how integrative it is, and
Yeah.
you could integrate everything you already know.
Yeah.
There's always more,
Absolutely.
you know.
Yeah. Doing
Yeah.
chakras, meridians, five element. I mean, yeah, that's all in my work already.
Mm,
So, and parasympathetic, sympathetic, releasing shock,
oh,
finding what the bottom fear is that's really going on. Yeah, this is much
beautiful.
faster. It's
Yes.
fast, Colette. It's really fast. Wow.
And you can do groups. Like you've seen many people went from 0 to 0.
Oh,
7
did
to
they? Oh, good.
0, Alicia to 0, Valerie 10 to 0. I mean,
That's
we're going
great.
to express, and Bill also went down. Oh, and Diane is here, my angel. Great. Yes, and it will continue. The thing is, the change is now you're at 0. When you're at 0, it's done. Like it's permanent, it's gone. But however, perhaps other things, because you were Google searching a lot, it might be still
Yeah.
processing for the next 24 hours or more. So if you're like
Yeah.
3 or 4, don't worry, the
Okay.
superconscious will keep working on it for
Yeah,
some
this is the
time.
thing that I was just talking about this today about how, once we get the ball rolling, it wants to keep doing it. So if you have unresolved relationships, your superconscious keeps trying to fix it, but you're not giving it the fuel that it needs to fix it because you keep distracting yourself from what you don't want to think about. So
Yeah,
this is great. Really good.
it's beautiful. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
Nice.
you. Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so let's open the mic. Now is the fun thing is sharing. Margot, wow, love the chakra. Do you want to open the mic, Margot? Everyone who wants to share, please do. Yes, hi, Margot.
Been hiding.
You've been hiding, but you don't have to. It's amazing. So you went from 9 to 0. Did you had the Google search? What did you experience? Any physical sensations?
Oh yeah, lots of physical sensations. So like lots of energy shifts, lots of Google searching, lots of different things, places I didn't think were even related to what, my original thing was. It's like I went much further and popped into different scenarios that were kind of a similar theme, but not the same. Um, but yeah, that was incredibly powerful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Margot. Alicia, Valeria, who wants to share? Let's open the mic. It's the most amazing moment when we listen to each other's experiences. Oh, anyone else wants to share? Yes,
Hi.
Patty, you
Yeah,
want to
I would
go?
like to. I thought that was fabulous. Thank you so much for that. There was some of the work I had already started doing, and when you started discussing all the memory systems, it was something that I'd already started understanding at some level, and doing in my own work. And when you put those together in this nice compact package, it just almost went like, how you shuffle cards and it just kind of shuffled the cards all in one. And when you were taking us through that, there was a real alignment. There was a real connection. So one of the memories that I had used for this experience was around a 7, and I had already started some work on that. And then as you took us through the various, I love the chakra systems, the elements, that just seems like it's my ancient history conversation language anyway. All of a sudden, as we went through, that original conversation doesn't even feel like it's here anymore. It's it's lost all energy. It's got a silhouette of memory, but it doesn't have the energy to it. So yeah, it helped me reinforce what I was starting to understand and know. Was very validating. So thank you.
Thank you, Patty. Yeah, you also had the Google search, you had some
I'm sure I was doing AI and Google search and any of those search engines. I mean, I don't know where it was going. It was going.
Oh man, I have
It
to
was pretty cool.
upgrade. Oh, fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to upgrade my Google to
AI.
ChatGPT now.
Yeah, and quick. It's just quick.
That's
you.
what I was talking about, and that's really, yes. Valerie, go for it. You wanted to share something.
Yeah, I wanted to say that I've been in a lot of grief about someone who I'm in love with and who's not in love with me. Now that wasn't the thing that I was focusing on, but earlier today, I actually was going to go to a psychic fair to look for someone to help me do a cord cutting ceremony. And I went, holy cow, I just created that today. I just created you to do that with me.
Wow. Yeah, my favorite word. Wow, that's amazing. So, what was your experience? You begin with what number and where did you finish?
I was at 10 and I got to a 0. And I don't know if I did all that Google search, but I felt lighter pretty quickly.
Right. Fantastic, Valerie. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
All right. Alicia, do you want to share? Bill, do you want to share?
I'm thinking about it. It was amazing. A lot of yawning and tearing, but what I feel is like I empty my body from something that was bothering me. I feel lighter. It's much better. And I think it's gone, the problem. I mean, and it was linked to my grandfather and father. So they both came and it was very interesting in putting all together. I'm really happy. Yes.
Wow. So you had the experience of the Google search in the family tree, connecting the dots.
Yeah.
Some ancestral energies.
Yeah. In a moment, I was like totally out of this world. Like I wasn't here. I was somewhere else's, and suddenly, I came back.
Good you're back. We're happy you're back. But at the same time, you went and poof, when you come back, the energy.
This is gone, and I changed. As you said, I changed the things I wanted to be different. That's it.
Oh,
And yes. So thank you.
Thank you, Elisa. Anyone else wants to share, ask a question? Now I have my angel here, Diane. So if you can, thank you for helping me in the chat because I usually cannot multitask. So if anyone is interested in the certification, Diane, my angel, is here for you. Jump on the book a call, and you can have an amazing chat. Bill, would you like to share? I have seen that you have given some feedback. Anyone else would like to share?
I'll go.
Yes, you'll go. Go for it, Chair.
I found it to be very interesting. I expected pretty much nothing, but this was something from a very, very early childhood moment that had sort of been plaguing all throughout, which I think is the seed level to so many other things. And it was amazing how very quickly it rewrote its own story for a very happy ending. And that just really cleared away so much that went from a 8 to a 0. Very impressive.
Beautiful.
And
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for sharing. It's always hard for me. It's my dessert, at the end of the webinar to hear all those goodies and see the changes. It fills my heart. So thank you for sharing. And do we have anything else, Diane? Am I missing anything? Anyone has any other questions? Years back. Okay, Jennifer, that's interesting. I started a program, couldn't afford to continue in it. Yes, you can find out anything, Jennifer. You can find out.
Thank you.
Yes.
I was just reflecting on how if I hadn't left the program years back, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in still, that I was in all that time ago. So I'm very keen to work out how to
Come back.
to do it this time. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
beautiful, Jennifer.
Yeah.
We'll honor and we'll help you come back.
Thank you. Thank you. That's beautiful.
Yes, we want to support you there.
I think the clearing that you just did will help me as well. It was very profound, very, very powerful, more than anything I've experienced. It was just really wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Do you have any other questions? Any other sharing? Are you good? For those of you who want the certification, how many? I'm just curious, who is going to go for the certification, or at least get an idea of what it is? Just be curious. Oh, you, Dr. Tanya, great. I'm happy to hear that. And Patty also, great. And Vistara, fantastic. Okay.
So Colette, excuse me. So as we're signing up, I would use the link. That is just an inquiry call then with one of the advisors?
Yes, so
Okay.
there are two. Yes, one is an inquiry call with the advisor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, if you go to book a call, but it's only if you're interested in the certification.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
Good to
Okay.
know. Yes,
you.
you just have a chat with Diane
Okay.
or one of the three angels,
Okay.
and
Okay.
yes,
Great. Thank you.
fantastic. And who else? Do we have anyone else that wants anything, that has any other questions? There's so many good sharing tonight. It was
I'm interested in the certification. This is Valerie speaking. So I'm booking a call right now.
perfect, Valerie. Yes, we're excited to hear about that. We want.
May I ask what the range is for the certification program?
Okay, the range is in terms of finances.
Yes, please.
So it depends, and I'm not kidding. That's why I'm telling you to, because it depends. There are two different types of programs that you can choose. One is a little bigger than the other one. There is more, and then it completely depends on your financial plan. But it's a monthly fee of around, you can think about around $300, $350 a month for a while, depending on how fast you want to pay. So just gives you an idea of if it is something you could afford. Between $250 is the super minimum, but usually around $350 a month for several. It depends. The deposit you're going to give or not is like there is so much dependence. So I would say we make sure that it's your finances, so that you're not stretched. We don't like people to be stretched. We don't want that. We want you to be comfortable, be able to pay for it, and we finance it in-house. So that's why you chat with our program advisor, and then you'll find a place where you feel comfortable, and we'll arrange around that.
And how long is the program?
The certification is 7 months.
Mm.
Now there is another version, so that's why there is a lot of information. You can do it at your own rhythm. You can go faster or you can go slower. It's called the Flex program. So you will learn all of that by chatting with the angels, so that they can tell you and find out what would work for you. Now, if you already have clients, like Dr. Tanya, I know you have clients, within a month or 2, you can include MAP already. You can begin, because you can already work on parts and traumas and introductory session like we did today. I mean, you can do a lot of things already with the first 2 months. After that, you get deeper into all aspects of the protocol and going deeper and deeper. But if you already are a practitioner, you don't have to wait 7 months. Pretty soon you can jump in, okay, and your clients will be happy to begin.
You just copy what you're doing and do it. I was wondering about the 11 blocks to prosperity.
Yes.
Is that happening at a different time, or when does
So
that
this
happen?
is just a recording. So it's
Okay.
easy. You can take it on a recording. You can keep
Okay.
it forever. So you can put it on the
Okay.
side if you don't need it now. Yes.
Okay, so I need to look for that in my email, I guess.
Yes, if you
Okay.
click on the link today, it's when you click on the $79 link, you will have an access to upsell. There's an upsell to the 11 Money Saboteurs. So if you sign for the coaching program, you will have a chance to acquire the Money Saboteur.
I thought I already paid for that.
I don't think you paid for the $79. Oh, you mean you already have the Money Saboteur?
I thought that's what I paid for, 127. I thought
Yes,
it was.
yes, it's perfect. You have
Okay.
it. So it's in your program. So it's in your,
It's in my email somewhere.
yes, it's in your library.
Okay.
The same place where you have the little master class, which is just a series of video for introduction. And you will have, so you have a library. So in your email, you should find how to get into your library with this passcode.
Okay.
If you need help, support at MAP Coaching, they will get you into the library, and in your library, you have all your programs.
Okay. Thank you.
Good question. Good question. Techniques. Oh, yes, different language. Oh, interesting. Vietnamese, Bill. We have not translated in Vietnamese yet, but however, if you have clients in Vietnamese, as you say, we have so many languages right now, you'll be able to do sessions. Sometimes we can even begin with English and just translating a little bit of it in the language. The subconscious knows all languages. It's like AI on steroids. So it doesn't really, it works. If you feel more comfortable, you have many clients, then you want to translate it, and we can support you. Once you're a practitioner, we support, we encourage translation. We have many languages, we don't have Vietnamese. You would be the first one. It'd be amazing.
Colette, where do we pay for personal?
Yes. Are you going to sign up for the personal growth?
For sure.
Yes. So then you click on the link. Diane, perhaps you post the link again. You click on the links of $79 and you can sign up for the coaching, and you will have access to buying an extra one-on-one at actually a very good deal that you will not see afterwards anymore. So there are some goodies in the path. You know, I was trying to give you some gifts as you go along. So you will be able to buy a one-on-one session extra. All right.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? You sign up for the 79 and then you will be given the choice. Do you want a one-on-one? And you say yes, and you can add that for I think it's 147 instead of 227. So it's a really good deal. You're going to have a one-on-one with it. Yes, thank you, Diane, for the link. Valerie, you can click on that link and then it opens up. And
Yeah, I'm here. Thank
Oh,
you.
perfect, you got it. Okay, great. Any other questions? No, the one-on-one is only when you begin the journey. You sign up for the $79 first, and then they say, do you want a one-on-one? You can add it to your cart. Okay, but there's not a link here directly to just a one-on-one. If you want more information, you want something different, you can ask support at MAP Coaching Institute. They can help you with that. But Margot, I think, are you interested in certification? Because if you see one of our program advisors, they will help you how to get a one-on-one so that you have that experience. Are we good? Yeah, is there more? You don't faint, yes. That's okay, Alexandra, you will see. So wait till tomorrow morning, and we have even seen people process for 3 days and then it's gone. Now, if it's not gone, you were not down to zero, I encourage you to keep working with me and my team, and you get another session on the same subject, okay? So it's not a big deal. We just did a micro session here. So then you do it again and you conclude and you finish up the subject. Yes. Any other questions, anyone? Are we good? We are all good. We're ready to go. I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you.
Thank you,
It was
everyone.
fabulous. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Bye for now.
But
Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank
It was
you.
great.
Bye. Bye. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.